The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin.
And I got Lou from Fairfield, Connecticut. Man, how you doing, Lou?
I'm doing good, Darrell. And I got to tell you, you're not just blowing hot air out there. I think the way you look at the market is terrific. You're a nice guy as far as over the TV. All the research you do, all the homework you do, I truly appreciate it. I appreciate your view of the market. It's awesome.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Darrell Martin.
All right, folks. Well, I'm back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. I'm your host, Darrell Martin, right here on TFNN.com. You can check us out live at TFNN.com and watch us on Tiger TV. You can check us out live inside the eSignal platform or listen to us on your mobile phone anywhere at TFNN.mobi. Checking out where the markets are at right now. We got the S&P is up about 6 points on the day. The Russell's up 3. Nasdaq currently at 14 with the Dow up 5. We'll get on over at copper. Copper's currently up about 0.5%. We got gold. It is pretty flat on the day, just down about 60, 70 cents at the moment. It's been chopping around there. Silver is down about 0.5%, and silver's up 0.5%, and oil is up about 0.5% as well at 44 cents on the day right now. Natural gas up over 3%. Massive, massive move in natural gas. It loves to move. So not surprised to see those 1%, 2%, 3% days on a pretty regular basis. We'll get on over at corn. Corn and soybeans both headed down right now, down over 1% each, down 4.5 points on corn, down 17 points on soybeans. Looking at our Forex markets, we got the pound dollar is currently down 23 pips. Euro pound is down 20. Euro dollar is also down 36. Taking us over to the dollar franc is currently up 34 pips. US yen is up 164, not letting up after the unlimited QE. Yen just getting weaker and weaker. Aussie yen currently up right now 11 pips. Got the euro yen up 146 pips. The Aussie dollar is down 109 pips. Pretty big move there on the Aussie today. We'll get on over at the 30-year bonds. We got bonds right now down about 0.25%, and the dollar index is up about 0.5%, showing some strength after that big news release that came out last week. Doing a quick few chart reviews for you, just looking at some of the market movement here. Let me pull the charts up. I'll throw them on the screen, and then we'll go through, after this, we'll go through the news, and then we'll catch up on where we're at on any potential day trade plan setups. We'll get on over at the Aussie dollar. We got the Aussie dollar sort of floating sideways, then goes ahead and gives us a nice short right there in the Euro session, and just keeps on moving down. And like I said, just a nice big down move all the way down to the 2 deviation marker. Looking at the euro yen over here on the 10-minute chart, seeing a nice move up. Started there a little bit before the euro session opened, really in the yen session there. Just closing on up and just gave us a nice long and moved up big right there up to 2 deviations right there around noon. So just a nice big move in the euro yen. Obviously, yen weakness carrying that on up. Euro dollar battling it out, pretty flat right now. Dollar's getting pushed around. Everything's getting pushed around by the yen at the moment. We did get a nice spike right there, shut on down, hit the 1 deviation level, and bouncing on back up after that big spike. And obviously, potential V spike trade as well right there. We'll go on over at the dollar, the pound dollar, and just sort of slow but steady, bounced back up. It pulled back overnight, down to 1 deviation, started moving on back up. Looking on at oil. Oil right now has been all over the place. It ran up above settlement and did a nice little run right up there. Got a good, 60-cent move or whatever at $600, right? Turns on around back down and heads on south, and sort of just sitting around that 0.5 deviation level. We'll look at that in more detail here in a few moments. Going into natural gas, it ran up early. I thought I had natural gas there. Hold on. Let me click that again. There we go. Open that one up. NASDAQ. So NASDAQ, okay, so yeah, running up early right there, right as the session opens up. Very, very flat before the market opened, but went up about 0.5 deviation. It's been a little battle in the indices all morning long. Some of our top headline stories. Obviously, we got the Dow and the S&P moving up. They've hit some record highs in a very quiet session. So one of the biggest gold ETFs there sees its biggest monthly outflows in October. And right there, so just checking that out, and that's on the Spider Gold shares. And so obviously a massive slow, spooking investors and pulling their money out of the ETF there, which is supposed to represent an actual holding of, I want to say it's like basically a tenth of an ounce for every share outstanding, give or take. I know there's some specific rules, but it's held in a vault somewhere that somebody else is paid to inspect, but they can't inspect it. I don't know. There's some weird stuff on it. But anyways, not going to get into that big conspiracy debate. Let's see. We got housing, first-time buyers going really, really low. That's been a big issue that's coming on up. And so they're looking at doing, I've seen one idea being floated out there is student debt loan forgiveness for all these students that are graduating and not buying homes. They're just like, it's just not safe. And so that's it's basically the millennials, which are among the biggest population yet we have, actually, that are like, yeah, we don't think we're going to buy after what we just saw. And they have to give them a big incentive, such as, hey, we'll help you get rid of your student debt, maybe, if you'll buy a house. So I don't know how that's going to work, if they're going to do it, but it's an interesting idea considering the student debt is now like $1.8 trillion and becoming actually the worst debt we have. Stock market's up, currency, swings, all of those, of course, going for the dollar. China data having a little bit of impact on the energy sector, bringing the TSX stocks there in Canada down. European shares pulling back off after disappointing data they had. And dollar yen, obviously fresh multi-year highs, moving on above 114. Just keeps going. Home Depot being the biggest Dow decliner today. And Treasury yields are rising on up while gold is declining on stronger ISM manufacturing data. All right. So that gets us caught up just on some basic news information there. And let's see. Let's close all these out. We'll catch on up, go on over to our news calendar. So, and to sort of dive into what we have listed on the news today. And let me see here, grab one more thing on my other screen to make it a little easier. And then we'll pull up some charts and we'll look at these and walk through them all for you step by step, okay? One of the things I'm big on is being aware of the news, just so you know it's there, so you don't get caught by it. So you don't get hit by a bus because you don't look both ways because you cross the street. That's sort of, how I compare looking at the news or not looking at the news. And today being the 3rd, we're looking at a U.S. pending home sales movement right there. And let's see here. We got to have that number up on here. Let's see, manufacturing PMI, final PMI, maybe that got updated. So give me 1 second. 9 a.m., U.S. pending home sales. Oh, wait a minute. That's where the error is. There we go. Okay. The reports we had, it wasn't pending home sales. That was last. I was looking at the wrong date. Too many different monitors to look at here. ISM, construction spending, ISM, and total vehicle sales usually don't make for a massive move on the euro dollar itself. Pulling up the euro dollar and looking at that specifically in regards to how to put this together. I'll bring the chart on over here for you. And just taking a minute. Okay, give me a second while I get that chart up and over. I don't know why the euro dollar would take so long to decide to load, but not too hard to, I always got Thinkorswim set up as a backup. There we go. Okay, so bringing that on over here. We'll back this one off. We can drop the news out of the way, and we'll back out to we'll just do a 10-minute chart real quick. And then we'll come back on it over here. The main thing I want to look at was the time of that news release was going to have between 9, basically at 11, or at 10. So looking at entering at 9 for 11 o'clock. What was the price at 9 a.m. this morning? So we go through, look at that. And then for 11 o'clock, a couple hours later, very small difference. 9 a.m. we're looking at, a close of around 24.97. And 11 a.m., 24.77. So about, 20 pips. We're looking for a 25 pip move on the trade. And or less. We got the less, so the trade was a profitable trade. So small profit, but nevertheless a profit on that trade. And that wraps that one up for us. Let's see here. Like I said, I'm just trying to get this. There it goes. Finally, it's coming on in. There we go. Just wanted to get it to load correctly. Okay, so bringing this chart on up here and getting all this up to date for you. And making sure all data feeds are current. All right. And now this will actually use my ruler, because I want to make sure all my time zones and everything else are all where they need to be. All right, so we got 9 o'clock, and we got 11 o'clock. Yeah, so right around 20 pips on that trade. So we were on track for it. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, that sort of wraps up that euro-dollar news trade we had this morning. And now let's look at, we got some Aussie and pound dollar trades coming up tonight. So with those Aussie and pound dollar trades coming up this evening, let's pull those up. Let's go through them and talk about what it is. We also had a pound dollar trade last night. We can pull that one up. We can look at that. Let's see here. Let me pull that back up, that chart we had right over here. There we go. And right on the pound dollar. Okay. So with the pound dollar on up, and what was the specific trade we were looking at? We had a pound manufacturing PMI report for a entry as early as 11 for a 7 o'clock expiration. So let's look at what happened between 11 and 7. Did get a little bit of a move on it, but let's check it out. Okay, so 11 p.m. right over here. Take that on over to 7 a.m. So right there. Got about 32 pips. We were looking for 30 pips. So right around break even, up or down a couple ticks, depending upon your exact fill and entry price. So pretty much a moot trade. Voided itself out pretty easily. Okay, so what do we got for tonight on the sheet? Well, we got a couple Aussie dollar trades lining on up. We got the Aussie dollar retail sells and a couple other ones. We'll talk about those when we get back after this break.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzavento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, folks, going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And so we're looking at the upcoming news events that are right around the corner here. We got the Aussie dollar retail sales and trade balance report coming out at 7:30. And we're looking at an iron condor on that one, $30 for that trade. Looking to buy a lower spread, sell an upper spread for a 6 p.m. entry and 8 p.m. expiration. And again, iron condor on that one. Let's see what else. Let me just make a note here. Always updating this stuff as I go. So anyway, so we got that trade right there. And that's mainly based on trade balance. You also want to check out retail sales numbers as well. Okay, so that gets us the retail sales one on there, and that one. The other one that we have for tonight on the docket is we're going to have Aussie cash rate and RBA. Not expecting any big surprises. Obviously, we could always have one, but not expecting them. Looking at a 11 p entry for a 6 p.m. entry for an 11 p.m. expiration. And so that's the announcement to come out right around 10:30 tonight. It's basically their Fed funds rate. And we're looking for about $35 or more prop potential on the trade. Again, buying the lower spread and selling the upper spread. After that, we got a pound-dollar trade on pound construction PMI. And we'll be entering that trade. The release comes out at 4:30 tomorrow morning. So it's once we sort of put on and go to bed. We enter an 11 p.m. expiration. We put in 11 p.m. entry, so at 11 p.m. Eastern time. We're hopping on in. We have a 7 a.m. expiration, and again, our minimum profit on this iron condor is where we buy the lower spread on Nadex and we sell the higher upper spread on Nadex, and that max profit of those two spreads combined equals at least $30 or more for the specific trade. Some other news coming out tomorrow just to be aware of. So Pound have their Halifax HBI coming on out at 2 a.m. So if you're trading that, if you're trading the Pound there, Euro Spanish unemployment changes coming out. Not necessarily a massive impact, but it is being released at 3. We had the Euro EU economic forecast coming out at Tuesday there tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Rolling on to the morning, we have a CAD trade balance report being released at 8:30. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look for an 8 a.m. entry with a 10 a.m. expiration for a minimum profit of $30 on the Iron Condor on that specific trade. And, do I have that on the... Yeah, okay, there we go. Got the right date. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, so that's for Tuesday. And so Tuesday right there, again, that CAD trade balance report entering at 8 a.m. for a 10 a.m. expiration for a minimum profit of $30 doing an Iron Condor on Nadex. Go through, looking on over, what do we got? U.S. trade balance report coming out at 9:30. It's a mixed bag. Half the time it'll, move, 50 pips. Half the time it doesn't do anything. And so there's just really not a great alternative. So we're using that one as just a be aware event. It can cause some volatility right there at 9:30 on the open. We got a New Zealand GDT price index coming out on November 16th there at 10:05 a.m. here. Number 4th. 10 a.m. Don't know where I saw the 16th. I was looking at the numbers. But November 4th, we got a 10 a.m. release. So just be aware that could affect the New Zealand. That's also a little earlier release. I want to double check that. Is that a typo on my end? So I always put so many of these up. Every once in a while I'll mix and match the AMs and PMs around over here. So let me check that New Zealand report for tomorrow. I wonder if I meant to put that on PM, because that would be a really early in the morning release for them to put that out. And let's see here. New Zealand, GDT. Yeah, okay. I'll re-update you on that one tomorrow. So we'll get that all updated, because I'm trying to figure out exactly where that snuck in on my report. I don't even see it here down here. So I think maybe I just had maybe moved it forward a date when I shouldn't have. Okay, let me note that one on my report. So I'm not only am I announcing these, but as I do all the research, I'm going back and double checking them more on the way with you. Be right back after this break.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, folks, we're going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And, okay, so we got U.S. factory orders are coming on up. And when I have those on your list, just to be aware, they can have a little bit of an impact on the market. They're not going to be massive, but, again, I'm trying to make sure you're just aware of the aware events and you know the tradable events as well. And we're going up to, so let's see, we've got U.S. factory orders we move on down to a little bit later in the day for tomorrow. We got the Bank of Canada governor is going to be speaking. They'll be releasing his speech a little bit early as well. So just check into that one, but that'll be coming out. He'll be speaking at 10:30. I believe the speech comes out at 10 to 45 minutes before the speech actually happens. Let's see. We got ag market reports coming out. It comes out after the market closes. This is pretty much every day. We got New Zealand employment change, unemployment rate, and the labor cost index. That's supposed to come out at 445. Could impact the Aussie, could impact the yen as well. And that takes us on next to China HSBC coming out at 845. That can definitely have a large impact on the Aussie and the yen, as the reports are released that they're significantly off from any kind of expectations. Bank of Japan, Governor Crowder is going to be speaking again Tuesday night at 9:30. And we had a lot of market activity on his last speech. Let's see, what's he got on the clock for tomorrow evening? Let's see, obviously he rocked the markets last week. Let's see, he's going to be speaking at a meeting in Tokyo. Not a whole lot more than that Just he is speaking. And so far, everything he says has a significant impact. So be very aware of all FX potential move. I mean, really everything potentially moving. Just depending upon what he says. I don't think he's going to have anything shocking to say. Besides, I'm sticking to my guns and I'm all in, and we're going to, $1 trillion inflate our currency to infinity. So, I mean, I don't really know what his plan is at this point. I thought I knew what it was, but the more he does, the less I think I understand. But anyways, he'll be talking at 9:30 on Tuesday evening. Definitely one to have on your calendar. Didn't necessarily mean you're listening to him, but you just know it's coming out. Okay, so you got that one. We got tomorrow night. We got the Frank CPI coming out. So we'll look at trading the dollar Frank. And on that trade, we'll be looking to enter the trade. Let's see here, as early as 11 p.m. for a 7 a.m. expiration. 11 p.m. for a 7 a.m. expiration. It's like I got 11 a.m. for 7 a.m. But I'll change that. 11 p.m. for a 7 a.m. expiration. And let's see here. Update this. Enter 11 p.m. 11 a.m. Okay. Anyway, so look for an entry for $25 or less on the Frank CPI trade using the dollar Frank. As that, doing a iron condor, again, buying the lower spread and selling the upper spread on that trade. Let's see here. So that knocks out. We got the Frank CPI. We got the Pound Services PMI that we're getting ready for tomorrow night. So tomorrow night again on this one, you're going to get 11 p.m. for a 7 a.m. expiration. It's a 4:30 a.m. release, and we don't expect a movement greater than 30 pips. So we want a 30 pip minimum profit between the combined two maximum profits of the two spreads, where we buy the lower spread to collect premium time value, and we sell the upper spread as well to collect premium or time value on the trade. And then go on in, we got one more trade on Euro retail sells at 5 a.m. Entry at 11 p.m. and exiting out at 7 a.m. for a 5 a.m. release. Usually a very, very quiet market on the euro dollar. And so we're looking for a mere 25 pips minimum profit between the two combined maximum profits of the bought lower spread and sold upper spread on the Iron Condor on the Nadex exchange. And let's see where that puts us at right now. That catches us up on today's news and tomorrow's news. And basically wraps up a little bit of Wednesday. Well, I guess that's today, tomorrow. Pretty much in detail. We got all the trades covered. Okay. And we'll come back. A reminder for you. If you haven't checked it out already, Nadex has launched their 20-minute binaries. They were in demo last week. They're in live right now. And so, if you want to check those out, or you probably do want to check them out, now understand, I don't trade everything just because it's new. I'm not saying I'm not really excited about it, because I am. But I don't hop in just because it's the new thing there. I want to find the best way to trade it. So some of the ways I'm looking at trading it are I'm looking at doing really cheap strangles based on ranges. I'm looking, so like what is an acceptable range to figure it'll hit one side or the other. If I can pull that off for, say around $25, I can get out around $45.50. Got a pretty close 1-to-1 combined, and then maybe it goes back the other way. Maybe I hit money on both sides. Could also do a iron butterfly on the trade, where I go in and I buy a binary below the market and I sell a binary above the market, and just for that 20-minute period. And let's see here. Let me show you where they can be found. And so I pull this up real quick. All right. So right over here, we can find them on the, and actually they moved them all down. I don't know why they don't have them listed here. It's just like one more thing. But anyways, you got the 20-minute binaries. You got them on the indices. And so you can go down here, you can look at like S&P. It'll list the contracts that expire here in the next, 16 minutes. And you can find the contracts on there that are available. So with all, every list. And so you can hop on. Now you're going to have to hit refresh every 20 minutes to be able to see it. Or, of course, you can use the scanner, which makes it a world easier to be able to do these trades. Makes life a lot easier to be able to pull off doing these trades specifically. Okay? One of the things you can do is you can go in and you could look at specifically how to apply them, like I said, using like expected ranges with looking at, butterflies and all that. And we want to go in and, just be aware of the volume. I'm watching them. That's part of why I haven't released, all official strategies on them. But I want to watch them. I want to see what my bid offer is going to be like. I want to see what my size is going to be like, things like that. So, the size is, right now we're looking at about 50 contracts overall on the contracts. So as long as it's 50, that's great. I mean, if it becomes something weird, then I would be cautious on that. But anyway, so we got quite a few coming on up, and it looks like they're going for about 50 contracts. If you see something weird like 2 are showing, then you can look at that and see if there's just something like, see, that's somebody placing an order inside the market. Right there, I get 64 for 2 contracts. So it doesn't necessarily mean there's only 2 available. So you always want to double click on that ticket and see if there is a second level quote on those. Again, it's really easy to see these on the scanner because you're able to go in and they automatically refresh for you. And they'll even combine them for you. What do I mean by combine them? I mean, when we come up here, we're at 17 minutes away. We're right close to the 2 o'clock expiration. Well, now I can look at the 20-minute binaries that expire at 2 o'clock. I can look at, and this really starts adding up like at 3 o'clock, okay? Because I can look at 20-minute binaries that expire at 3 o'clock. I can look at hourlies that expire at 3 o'clock. I can look at dailies that expire at 3 o'clock. I can look at, weeklies that expire at 3 o'clock. Or, just on down the list. I mean, as they add on more markets, more and more of these are going to cross over. But going over here and checking this out, pulling up, the indices, and then saying, hey, why don't you just show me what's going to expire in less than an hour? And scrolling down, and now every contract. Now, if I want both sides, I can get that. If I just want the, if I want to filter out 4 and 96, if I only want in the monies, I could look at what are my, binary butterfly options on all 4 indices simultaneously. Okay. If I want to look at what are my out of the money options for my, say, strangles, then I click on that. It'll show me every out of the money that exists. If I thought 4 and 96 was just way too far out there, I can always tighten that up. I can make it, 5 and 95. If that's not tight enough, I can make it 6 and 94. I can make it as tight as I want to. I can go, okay, well, let's make it a little bit tighter. Let's try to get rid of these $5. So let's go with 6 and 94. And that could tighten up more for me to look at what strangles might be available. And again, just like I said, a whole lot of new contracts expiring now with these every 20 minutes. It's just on the U.S. indices right now. It's just during the daytime. They start opening at 9:40. The first expiration is at 10 a.m. Last expiration's at 4 o'clock. And it looks like the size on them right now is about 50 contracts. Like I said, just diving into them with you as I'm watching them just like you are. Looks like the bid offer is reasonable, within about $4 or $5 on the contract. So impressed on that there. That's on the S&P. On the NASDAQ, looks like 5 to 7. The Dow, 4 to 6. And the small caps, which is a more volatile instrument, looking at about 6 to 9 on that. So remember, these binaries move incredibly fast. So people go, oh, how do you overcome the bid-ask spread? It's like, well, I'm not like I'm buying a stock and having to wait for it to move a gigantic amount. A binary can go from 27, in this case, in a less than a 1-point move, could go to 27 to basically $90. So depending on what time it is during expiration. Do I care if there's a $10 bid-ask spread? Honestly, not really. They can move so fast. there are ways to apply these. Like I said, we'll put expected ranges on. We'll look at 20 minutes. We'll look at strangles. We'll look at iron butterflies. I'll look at potential boomerang trades in the 20-minute markers. I could also, spike striker happens at that time or prof popper happens at that time. Look at a potential in the money trade, maybe an out of the money trade. I can do expiration premium collection trades like I teach with the diagnostic bars and expected volume. Flip side of that is expiration trend collection using out of the money. So there is a good variety of systems I've already taught you that you can apply. Just make sure that you go in and put that information on your chart, look at it, and really see that you see the consistency over time before you go all in with your account and make sure that it's working for you. I got so many plays, and I'm just trying to figure out how to see if I can stick any more clubs in my bag. But I'll keep watching them. But I want to give you some ideas for those of you that are looking out there for them right now. Okay. All right, so that catches up on the 20-minute binaries. As a reminder for you, just in case you forgot, the iron condors are basically the opposite of a straddle. Instead of buying a spread above the market and selling a spread below the market, you can just go in, and again, it's the spreads. We just do the opposite. We buy a spread below the market. We sell a spread above the market. We're trying to make the premium. So we're going in here and buying this spread and selling, a spread that's a little bit higher, like right there, maybe. Let's see, maybe a little higher than that. Let's see, 82, if we can find a good one. Yeah, we definitely need a higher spread. We can find a different example, maybe on the indices here that are sitting around. Go to the small caps, see what we got. All right, so selling an upper spread, if we can find one for 415. And what I'll do is I'll get rid of all of my filters, okay? And then I'll do like the opposite of what I'd normally do. So if I was going in here, I'm like, well, I like that 415 contract for that trade. I'll go, hey, can I pull that off for, maybe doing a good straddle? If it looks like it could work as a straddle, then would it work as a condor? Then I'll have to back off a little bit, look at it, and line it up. So I could do some more deeper reviews for you on that maybe later this week. For now, let's go ahead and do a little bit of day trade plan cap and review on where we're at in the markets today, and just start off the top and work our way on down. It's been pretty choppy in a lot of the markets, so that does and can make things a little more challenging. But let's see how we've done so far. Pulling up the Aussie dollar. We're starting to move on down last night. Came on over here. We did finally get a short. Let's check out how that one worked out for us and dive on in. We were looking at a short right here up at 87.60. We're rising on up into it. We get up to 87.53. That's pretty close. So we missed out on that one, unfortunately. We did break on down, broke the low, and hit our target of 86.90. Be right back after this break.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. Checking out the Aussie dollar. So moved on down. Didn't quite get that first entry too bad because it was a beautiful one, went on down. Second one we got it, broke the 1.5 deviation level. And looking for a move right just above the 2 deviation at 86.90. We took profit and actually gave you a couple chances for entry on that trade in the process there, but did confirm right here on the first and both the second ones for an additional entry, maybe if you missed that first one because it was a little bit early. All right, checking on over, going in, looking at our other FX pairs. Let's go in and check out the Euro dollar. Over here on the Euro dollar, it said some markets have been a little choppy after the crazy movement, but let's look at it, see how it has went so far. It came down really close, and I mean really close on some trades here today. And so just looking over at each one of these, and let's see, that one came in, would have hopped out a few bars later for lost like 8 ticks. This morning, just chop, literally chopping around. And, I mean, just insane chop on the markets today. Let's see, what do we got on the Aussie, on the euro, I'm sorry. And there we go. Came in, and we went in, and we just hit the level. Didn't break it at all, hit it. So if you took it on a hit, not a break, usually a lot of times you're going to need a break to get filled on some of these things anyway. But 2,500, then you'd be like 1, 2, 3, out by a little bit. Comes on down, resets, 1, 2, 3, like 2 or 3 ticks. Comes back, resets, 1, 2, 3, 5 ticks. 1, 2, 3, just chop, chop, chop. I mean, I don't know how many times somebody's going to take this all day. 1, 2, 3, that one actually makes profit on the early exit. We go down, we reset, 1, 2, 3, small loss. Go back up, 1, 2, 3, again, small loss. So, I mean, it's literally just chopping, doing it, nothing. When I start seeing that, I mean, I'm not really inclined to hop in and take a trade. But if you took it, then I guess more power to you. Never took the full stop because we kept getting out on that 3-bar rule. But just a little small losses for us today. Usually Eurodollar's a lot better than that, but it's just, sidewards. So if you're just trading it this morning, then you got one entry with one small loss, and then now you got one. It looks like pecked right in with one small loss on it. Just a tough trade this morning. Looking on over at, you got to show you both sides. Can't just show you all the good. Got to show you the good and the bad with it. Looking on over at the pound dollar. Pound dollar. Coming on down, got within a tick of our entry. Did not actually fire off our entry. On the short, we do make it break through if it's coming down into the target level. Did not target it. No trades on pound dollar today. We'll get on at the dollar yen. This is a little bit more on the upside. So dollar yen took off, hit all those entries right there. We had an entry at 113.25. Hit the target 113.50, 113.70. Moved on up to the 114.10. Did not manage to break our high, though, so we went ahead and hopped out of that trade. Gave back a few ticks right there on 2A. Had a pretty tight 20-tick stop loss. We didn't actually even take it all the way down to 3 bars. Just 1, 2, boom, in, out of the trade. But managed to lock in about 50 pips before we took a 10-tick or 20-tick max loss on that. So not too bad. 50 minus 20, still 30 pips up on that trade. And that wraps up our currency pairs. Going in, checking out our ag markets. We'll go and look, or not ag, but energy markets. Check out oil real quick on the day trading plan. On oil, we popped on up here. Went long, and then it was like 1, 2, 3. Now, that did break it. Okay. So since we did break it on bar 2, we stay in. We got on up. Again, if I'm within 5 ticks of that take profit, I will take the profit. Or I will at least tighten my, I think it's to half there. And so we hit that. Nice trade. Came back down, reset, tightened it on up. Came on back down, reset, tightened it on up. So just a lot of, small profits, break evens. Just a choppy market. All right. Hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Diagnostic Trading Hour. Let's catch up on Russell and S&P tomorrow.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. You're watching Tiger TV.